Alright, so I guess this video is a follow-up on what I originally thought might be a defective Steam Deck with thumbsticks that had pretty big dead zones. Gonna touch upon my experience with Steam support and or Valve support, or I think it might be Steam support, and also just provide some insight on some accessories that I recently purchased for my Steam Deck, just to make my life a little bit easier when it comes to having to jump in a little deeper than the native control setup on the Steam Deck. So back to the Steam support situation. Originally I had concerns that my Steam Deck's dead zone on the thumbsticks was just unadjustable and that the thumbsticks just weren't up to snuff with a Xbox controller, and I displayed that or exemplified that in 2 videos on this channel. And so I reached out to Steam support with some concern in regards to that matter, and they contacted me back and said that a firmware update or a software fix is in the works, and that within the coming weeks a fix would be provided and it should address any of the issues that I'm experiencing or resolve the problems that I've been having. So I thanked them and crossed my fingers thinking, boy, I don't really want to have to send this thing back, because if I send it back, it's going to be who knows how long until I get a replacement. So I just, like I said, crossed my fingers, hope that an update would fix it. And I think just the other day, actually, an update came in, and it seems to have kind of resolved the issue. I don't know if it resolved 100%, but definitely minimized the feeling of that dead zone that I was experiencing. So I'm pretty happy with where the Steam Deck is right now. I would like to get some verification on whether or not that dead zone is completely eliminated. I guess I can go back into one of the games that I tested, like Ghost Runner, I think was the one that I tried out, and it was really, really noticeable in that. So I can go in there and try that out, but maybe I'll do that at the end of this video. But so far, I'm really satisfied with the device. I mean, when I had a complaint about the Steam Deck, I was in love with it then too. I just I get nitpicky about new devices, and I want to make sure that the thing's operating as intended. So that's where my head was at when I originally posted that video. So I guess I will hop into Ghost Runner and just check that out after I go over some of the accessories that I purchased. Originally, I purchased a USB hub, thinking, yeah, okay, I can plug in my mouse and my keyboard into that USB hub and just operate through that route. If I need to use a keyboard and the on-screen keyboard doesn't work, if I need to use a mouse when the touchpad's not functioning the way that I need it to. And almost immediately after I went down that road, I kind of regretted it, because I had this thing hanging off the Steam Deck, and it was just like really cumbersome, I guess you could say. So I immediately started thinking, okay, Bluetooth devices. I need to connect Bluetooth devices. So I went online and I purchased a keyboard that has, I think it's like 60% of the size of a normal keyboard. It's almost like the same width as the Steam Deck, which is kind of nice. And it's like an RGB keyboard. It's got Bluetooth. It has an internal battery, and you could charge it through USB-C, which is also nice. And I got this for $25, I think, on Amazon. This says $29 now, but you could save a few bucks if you click a coupon. So I got this actually today. I only had it for a few hours right now, so I can't really recommend it yet, because I haven't really run it through its paces, but I think it's going to be much more accessible, provide much less friction for me. After all, that's kind of why I bought the Steam Deck in the first place, because I really don't like sitting by my computer and having to be at my computer when I want a game. I'm like usually at the end of the day kind of exhausted and want to just retire to the couch, basically. So the Steam Deck seemed to be right up my alley when it comes to that. So where was I? Oh, and so yeah, the keyboard, I got that, thinking, okay, that eliminates one thing. I need a mouse. I need to get a Bluetooth mouse. So I went on to a couple sites and found that actually the cheapest one, don't know if this is like, probably not an amazing mouse, but I had a couple bucks rewards points for Best Buy, and I got this for $5. So Bluetooth mouse, not an internal battery. It takes 2 AAAs. I don't know if it requires both, but I put both AAA batteries in there, and seems to be working okay. I mean, I've had this only for, again, just a few hours. I got both of these devices today, and it's got, well, you could look it up if you're interested, but there's, you know, the modern features that a normal mouse in 2022 would have. 6 buttons, I guess. Yeah, so there's that, and it's all, you know, seamlessly connects. When I turn it on, it just, you know, turns right on, connects immediately to the Steam Deck, which is exactly what I was looking for. I don't want to have to be fumbling through menus or fumbling with a USB hub. So I'm glad that I went with the I'm glad that I went with the Bluetooth as opposed to the USB, the wired route, or the USB hub with dongles attached to it, and then, you know, like with a wireless mouse. It's just the USB hub thing wasn't cutting it for me. That USB hub will get its use, you know, like when I have to transfer files and stuff, but really, you know, don't want to have to be plugging that in every single time I want to use my mouse or keyboard. And I actually had one more item that I purchased, and I don't know if it's a, you know, a good product, or I at least hope it is, but I am not always on the top of my game, and seriously am concerned about like the longevity of the USB-C port. I even had concerns about purchasing this, thinking like, oh boy, I hope this doesn't blow the port out, like with, you know, too much voltage, or I don't think that would occur, but I just had that thought go through my mind. But this is a magnetic USB-C port, I guess you could call it an adapter. This is what they call it. And you plug the one end into the USB-C in, and then the other end gets connected to the charger. It just, you know, comes off, you put it back on, and it magnetically attaches, and so it's there and it'll charge. You could plug it in and pull it off easy. And the reason why I got that is because, like I said, I'm concerned about that, you know, port getting damaged. If it gets damaged and I don't have any way to charge it, there goes the Steam Deck, and I'm out and down for the count. So I've got some kids here, kiddos, they hop on my lap every now and again, and I like envision this stuff, bad stuff happening. So that is one of the that's one of the main reasons why I purchased this. Like, if I somehow bump it a certain way, boom, down, and it's just off. It doesn't pull the port along with it and get, you know, there's no stress, extra stress added to that. So I'm hoping that was a good purchase, but that's that. Oh, so those are all like basically the accessories that I purchased for my device. I really don't want to have a lot of extra. I'm not a huge accessory person, but I feel like these are like, since this is like a semi-computer, having a keyboard and a mouse is kind of, you know, par for the course when it comes to having a computer device. You don't need to have one for this if you're going to be using the Steam OS, you know, but if you're hopping back and forth between desktop mode, I think it's, you know, a must have for the device. So I guess we can try out Ghost Runner and see if that dead zone thing has been eliminated. Let's check it out. Let's just start it up with that, play with that. So I'm hoping that it has been eliminated. I did go back into the controller troubleshooting menu and noticed that it was actually a little different. So they definitely updated it. And even in there, I noticed that the fine points of movement definitely have been reduced, but reduced to the point where it's like not even noticeable. I don't know. I guess we'll find out. Let this load. Okay. Hoping that the mouse doesn't interfere. Yeah, and my videos, they're kind of just off the cuff and not, I don't have the time to prepare a script or don't really have energy to do massive editing. So these videos, I guess I'm gonna start just doing them for informational and just for documentation. So no real high budget for quality, entertainment purposes. This is just almost bare bones type of content, but I hope somebody out there appreciates what I'm doing. And if there's nobody out there appreciate what I'm doing, at least I'll appreciate it for myself. All right, so here it goes. Let's see here.
Our first stop is one of the few remaining Cybervoid mainframes, located in an old mining tower. We can use it to correct the corrupted parts of your code, and hopefully restore your more sophisticated functions.
Hopefully.
There's no guarantee the data will be intact, but we'll cross that bridge when we come to it.
Yeah, it's still there a little bit, but I don't know if it's on a game-by-game basis, because I was playing Borderlands, the pre-sequel, last night, and I honestly did not notice it at all. So it might just be, like I said, on a game-by-game basis. And if I go into settings, and then this test input thing, yeah, it's definitely lower than what I had the other day when I originally posted the videos. So maybe they'll even fine tune it even more and provide even more sensitivity. But like with the trackpad, there's no amount of no degrees of input are lost, really. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. It's just like this right here, however, my thumb's, I'm moving it, and then it kicks in. So there is still a dead zone, and in the settings, I believe I reduced, oh no, right stick dead zone's already reset back to 50. So maybe, hold on. Yeah, it's still there a little bit. Could have been, what do they call that? What's the word I'm looking for? Placebo effect, that's what I'm looking for. Where when they update something, but they actually didn't update it, but you think that it's better, but there actually no changes have been made. it does feel better. I'm almost certain of it. I mean, there was it's still there a little bit, but not as bad as it was just a few days ago. So there's that. And I think that's about all that I wanted to cover. So the Bluetooth mouse, Bluetooth keyboard, magnetic adapter for the USB-C, and this thing, I also wanted to say, this comes out easily. Just kind of pinch it and pull it out, which, of course, I did this on the, oh, there, it's out. And just pop it back in, and it's good to go. Yeah, so that's about all I got for this video. Not sure when the next video will be or what, but I just felt like I needed to follow up on the whole thumbstick thing and provide a little insight on what accessories I'm using to make my Steam Deck experience as seamless and as frictionless as possible. So thanks for watching, and take care.